Once upon a time, in the quaint village of Willowbrook, nestled amidst rolling hills and whispering forests, there lived a child named Oliver. From the moment he drew his first breath, fate seemed to conspire against him. He was left on the doorstep of St. Agatha's orphanage, swaddled in nothing but a tattered blanket, his origins shrouded in mystery. Raised among the hushed whispers of the matronly nuns and the laughter of fellow orphans, Oliver knew nothing of his past, save for the faint glimmer of hope that someday, somehow, he would find his place in the world. But life in the orphanage was a harsh mistress, and Oliver learned early on the bitter taste of hunger and the cold bite of loneliness. Despite the odds stacked against him, Oliver possessed an unwavering spirit, a spark of determination that refused to be snuffed out by the shadows of despair. While other children dreamed of fairy tales and far-off lands, Oliver dreamed of something else, of riches beyond imagining, of a life of luxury and abundance that seemed so far out of reach. As he grew older, Oliver became acutely aware of the divide that separated him from the privileged few who lived in the grand estates that dotted the countryside. He watched with envy as carriages rolled by, their occupants clad in silks and jewels, their laughter ringing out like music to his ears. But Oliver was not one to resign himself to fate. With a steely resolve burning in his heart, he vowed to defy the hand he had been dealt and carve out his own destiny. He devoured books on business and finance, soaking up every nugget of knowledge like a sponge thirsty for success. His opportunity came in the most unexpected of forms. A chance encounter with a traveling merchant who took pity on the scrappy young boy and offered him a job as a humble assistant. Oliver seized the opportunity with both hands, throwing himself into his work with a fervor that bordered on obsession. With each passing day, Oliver's skills sharpened, his instincts honed to a razor's edge. He proved himself to be a shrewd negotiator, a master of persuasion, and a visionary with a knack for turning even the most meager of profits into a fortune. But success did not come without its sacrifices. Oliver toiled day and night, his brow furrowed with the weight of his ambitions, his dreams overshadowed by the relentless pursuit of wealth. He watched as friends drifted away, their bonds frayed by envy and resentment, their whispers of betrayal echoing in the empty chambers of his heart. Yet still, Oliver pressed on, driven by a hunger that could not be sated, a thirst for greatness that burned like a fire in his soul. And as the years went by, his efforts bore fruit, his empire growing with each passing day until he stood atop a mountain of gold, a titan of industry and a symbol of success. But amidst the glittering towers and bustling streets of prosperity, Oliver found himself haunted by the ghosts of his past, their silent accusations echoing in the recesses of his mind. He realized then, with a pang of regret, that in his quest for riches, he had lost something far more precious, the innocence of youth, the laughter of friends, the warmth of human connection. And so, with a heavy heart and a newfound humility, Oliver set out once more, not in search of wealth or power, but of redemption. He returned to Willowbrook, to the place where it all began, and with each act of kindness, each gesture of compassion, he sought to repay the debt he owed to those who had once called him brother. For in the end, Oliver realized that true wealth lay not in the gleam of gold or the sparkle of jewels, but in the love of those who stood by his side, in the laughter of children and the whisper of the wind through the trees. And though his journey had been long and fraught with hardship, he knew that in the embrace of family and friends, he had finally found the riches he had been searching for all along.